There are many different ways that you can use a Garmin track log, and I'm going to show you a couple of the different ways right now on the GPS as well as in the computer. Let's go ahead and start with where the track log is located. If you go into your apps and you scroll down, you can find a Where Have I Been section, which you can go ahead and click on. Now what this does is it separates it by date, and it'll give you information. So if you want to click on it and scroll down to, let's say, on August 25th, and we want to go ahead and click on that, it will show you the points, and you can see this blue line kind of scrambling around the screen. See what tracks are they? They're kind of like breadcrumbs. They're dropped every now and then to keep track of where you've been that day. And so it gives you information so you can retrace your steps. And what it's really good for is, well, it's good for, you can use it for your automobile, but it's really good if you're a hiker or if you're a biker. You can keep track of your trail. And then, of course, I will show you in a minute here how to take those tracks, put them into Basecamp in the computer, and turn them into actual routes and save them that way so that you can follow the same path the next day, the next week, or anytime in the future. Another great feature that I found, which is sort of like a trip log, is if you're currently in a route, let's go ahead and go to recent. We're going to go ahead and choose Panda Express here. Click go. This is another great feature of the Garmin GPS, is while you're in the middle of your route or right before you start your route, or when you're done with your route, you can click on this little button on the bottom right hand corner. It's going to bring up this menu. Exit. And then you're going to scroll down to where it says Trip Computer. Now, what's great about the Trip Computer is you can see it gives you all sorts of data about either your recent trip or trips in general. And of course, see you can trip A, trip B, you can plan multiple trips. You can reset this real easily by going here and saying Reset Fields. Let's go ahead and cancel that because I don't want to reset the fields yet because I want to show you here. So I haven't really reset these fields in a while, and you can see that each of these two trips shows, well, it's calculating both at the same time right now because I don't really have that set up, but it's showing that since the last time I set this up, I've gone 348 miles. It gives you a bunch of different data stats like your moving average speed, your max speed. Here's, you arrived in the average arrival time in 9 minutes. It just gives you a bunch of stats and data that you can use. So this isn't exactly the trip log, but it's very similar. You can basically create your own trip logs. But the Garmin GPS has the other trip log automatically built in, and I will show you how to take those tracks and turn them into actual routes right now on the computer. To convert these track logs into routes is actually very simple. You want to download a program called Basecamp. This you can get on the Garmin.com website. It's called Basecamp, and you go ahead and connect your Garmin to your computer via the USB cable. As you can see here, it's reading my Nuvie 2595 Garmin. And down here in the lower left-hand corner here, you can see that it's showing some of the points that we have saved and created. It's also showing our active trip logs for certain dates. You can see here it catalogs it by date and by time. And every so often, so that's that internal track log that I was talking about that automatically saves sort of like breadcrumbs of your travels throughout the day. And if you want to change that or convert that into a route, go ahead and you can just click on one of the active logs, right click on it and say create route from track. Okay, click OK. And there you go. See, it's creating a route from your track. Go ahead and choose Show Selected on Map. And there you go. Now it's currently showing us our active track log for that day, for September 2nd, and it's showing us where we went, and it's automatically created a route for us based on those small little breadcrumbs or that track log for that day. It's as easy as that.